What's up, CHFFL, and welcome to the first video in our 2019 preview series. I wanted to, before I just start doing the second year's worth of previews, go back and look at my predictions from last year, the final results from last year, and how they ended up being. I am a little pressed for time because I have a couple more rule change videos to get out, but I did have a misstatement in the last video. The keeper deadline is what it says in the document and what I sent in chat, which I believe is August 14th. In the last video, I think I had a slip of the tongue and said August 10th, but just disregard that. Keepers aren't due until August 14th. So this is going to be our second year of preview series where I give out a grade, A to a C minus, I think last year was the lowest, based on which draft picks each team has and which possible keepers they have. So before I just start judging everybody else in the league and myself, again, I wanted to see how I did. Are these videos worth it? And it's kind of fun to roast the commish. So this is the raw data from last year. You can see the 12 teams, which grade I gave them, my numerical ranking of them. Now, while the grades themselves were kind of a tier list, and that's how what I really focused on, I did last year pick these ranks 1 through 12 just kind of in my gut, like I was making a draft sheet almost. And then the regular season points is what we're going to actually use to compare. I had the final rank there, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to focus on regular season points. That correlates the most to what your draft outlook was. By the end of the season, a lot of people are making trades and kind of giving up. If you didn't make the playoffs last year, you had no reason to really keep playing, although that's not the case this year. But that's how we're doing, regular season points. So this is the raw data mapped out. We have regular season points versus my preseason ranks. So the teams I had ranked the highest are on this side, on the left. And you can see the definitely downward trend. So I definitely had the right idea. There are 2 really bad picks and 10 fairly good ones. The 2 bad ones are Swan right here, who I had number 2 on my list, and he ended up being closer to the bottom. And then me, way over here, I had myself at the bottom of the pre-draft outlook, and I ended up 5th in terms of regular season points, I think. Yeah, I think 5th. So let's take those 2 out. Now this is actually a really good correlation, and to kind of pat myself on the back really fast, a 10 unit sample taking out the outliers and a 0.724 R square valued, in case you can't read that, is actually a pretty close correlation. You can definitely see that my preview kind of followed the trend. So let's go back and look here a little bit. You see the teams that I gave A's and A minuses generally did very well, finishing in the top 5. The teams that I gave C plus and below, 2 of the 3 of them did finish in the bottom 3. And the teams I had in the middle mostly stayed in the middle in terms of their final points. So all in all, I say I did a pretty good job. So what happened though with the 2 that I really missed? Myself, I gave the C minus in the preview because I didn't have a 4th or 6th round pick. I really didn't have a good keeper, but I was able to overcome it because I hit on the draft, especially the first 2 rounds, and I hit on free agency. I got a lot of really good guys I got on the gun that helped me fill in week to week and just got me into the playoffs and got me that shot at maybe getting the championship. Swan, I gave a really high grade because he had an extra 3rd, 4th, and 5th round pick, and I think pretty okay keepers. He just had some injuries, Devontae Freeman in particular. He missed on quite a few draft picks, just guys that ended up not being good, and then didn't fill in the gaps in his team with the free agent market. So no matter what my preview says, your future is in your own hands. Final closing thoughts. I did a pretty good job, and these keeper draft pick videos, the previews, it definitely matters. We're not a redraft league anymore. You should have a different mentality, but they're not everything. Look at Parker, who I had projected as 8th or 9th, and he finished 8th or 9th in total points, but he made the last slot in the playoffs and ended up 2nd in the league. So I continue to emphasize this. I don't think you should really give up in fantasy football year to year, even though we are a keeper league now. I know it's tempting to save for the future. But look at like Swan had a great outlook and then just had a blown season basically. And then on the other side, Parker, who didn't, was one lucky game away from winning the championship. Final thought is that Parker drafted conferences better than Wes last year, considering his conference was really weak. And I think that was probably the same case this year, but I don't think it matters because Wes's team is going to be baller this year. Anyway, thanks for watching. The real preview videos will be coming soon, and some more rule changes. I would expect a video almost every night over the next couple week or so. I don't know. We'll see you then. I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye.